We did a study 2 years ago with Lifeway just to find out if this was real, what we were experiencing, if others were experiencing it as well. And 88% of the folks that they interviewed in America said hope was vital. It was 88%. And yet when asked, how do you get it? No idea. How do you keep it? No idea. And so, but they knew hope was vital. And I think that's such a big part of it, is that people are searching for hope. And the things that this world has to offer, it's less attractive today than what perhaps it was in my earlier days or my generation. And so to me, I'm excited about that they're searching, they're looking for real truth. And the good news is, as believers, every single person listening to the program today, guess what? You have truth. You possess truth. You can share it with others, and they want to hear it. And so I would urge you to be bold and to just take a step of faith. And all you'd have to do is start a conversation with a friend. Say this. Say, I just heard this crazy guy on the radio today. He said that 60% of Americans are looking for answers. They're looking for hope. 88% say hope is vital. Are you one of those folks? And if you are, I wouldn't mind sharing how I have hope. And then what you're going to find is more people than not are going to say, yes, I'm looking for it. Please share with me how you have hope.
Oh, wow. And one further note here as we wrap up our conversation, I know something that we have been watching and reporting on here as of late is just what we've been seeing among our young people, dating back to what occurred at Asbury University and now what you're seeing through the Unite events, the first one at Auburn University in our backyard.
Yes.
Most recently, as we're having this conversation, there was an event at Ohio State where you have thousands of students show up, and then you have thousands that come into a saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. When you look at that, and just based on your own experience with EE, what are you seeing happening in the younger generation?
Well, I have to say, Bob, you are the perfect interviewer because you're asking exactly the right questions. We're here at NRB launching a brand new training program just for high school students, for youth, called Faith Talks. And we would urge your audience go to faithtalks.com. You can find out about it. But we are 100% what you just said. God is doing something amongst the youth today, and we have to prepare them. We've got to give them the tools so that they can share the gospel boldly with their friends. They can know it for sure themselves, and then they can share it with others. And so we've developed Faith Talks. We're excited about it. We believe God is doing a work through the youth today in America, and not just America, but around the world. And so we're excited about being part of it. We're praying that Faith Talks makes a difference in the lives of so many young people. But you're right. This is a move of God's Spirit. That's what we're seeing today. And young people, they are embracing it, and they're excited about it, and they're not ashamed. They are so glad to try to share. And so we're just trying to give them some tools, to give them some preparation so that they can do it well. And we know they've got the rest of their life in front of them. So if we can do a good job equipping them, they're going to take that gospel to places we've never even dreamed of before, right?
Absolutely. John Sorenson joining us today from Evangelism Explosion International, the voice you hear on Share Life Today, the radio feature on Faith Radio. And you mentioned this Faith Talks, which is oriented toward young people. Just very briefly, how does that work?
Yeah, so it's a training program specifically for young people. We've had to consider things we've never had to consider in training, like identity. Where do you get your identity? Young people are having to talk about that today. And we've had to come up with a whole new way of doing on-the-job training. It's just legally not possible to stick 4 young people in a car and tell them to go down to the beach. So we've come up with a whole new way of doing OJT. But what it is a mentoring training program where one young person learns to do it, but then they pass that on to 2 of their friends, and little one by one, they're just sharing how to do this. They're showing them how to do it, and it's a lot of media. You've have to do that with young people. A lot of video, a lot of media. And for the first time in the history of EE, we don't even have a book. It's all on an app that they use, that they've got with their phone, and so I'm excited about it. It's new technology, it's new training styles, but it's the same gospel.